Good morning, everybody. It's Peter Giesman here from AJS, and it's my delight to welcome you once again to an online demonstration from somewhere around Australia. And this week we have the delight of speaking to Rene Vera, and Rene is going to enlighten us on laser engraving machines. Welcome, Rene.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you on board, and I know how excited you are about this laser engraver that we're going to demonstrate today. Do you just want to explain to people what we're going to get up to?
All right. The laser engraver as such, it's very quick, very powerful, and it does a lot of things. So what I'm going to try and do is just show you a few of the things that it can do. The machine will do pretty much anything, like as far as engraving and cutting and all that sort of thing. It's more or less learning how to use more so the software that it comes with. You can combine it with other software as well. As you learn how to use it, you want to do more with it. So you feel that if this software doesn't do enough for you, like you can actually incorporate it with other software as well. But it pretty much does everything that you need it to do. I'll just run through, for instance, just to do a simple engraving.
So you're going to share your screen today?
Okay. Oh, sorry.
And we're just going to engrave what to start with?
Just a name.
So a name.
Peter.
Oh, that's a good name.
So lettering, there's pretty much anything that's in your windows you can use. And it gives you a little screen here as to how it would look, whatever you want to engrave. There's one letter that I like using for just J-I. Can you see that?
We can, yeah.
So the minute you change anything here and I press apply, it changes the lettering. Once you do it, you can do like a little hatching, which is engraving inside the letter. So it changes color. If you look very, very close, you can see how it's doing little crosses and what have you in order to, and there's several different types of hatching that you can use. So on here, you can see that it's doing like a zigzag shape. I can go to number 2 and it'll do like this sort of hatching. And the third would be another different one again. So you can choose to do 1, 2, or 3, or all 3. I'm just going to go with the 1.
Now you're using the software that comes with the machine, Rene?
Yes, that's at the moment. The only thing you would use anything else for would be if you wanted to do logos, things like that, and do more intricate designs and things like that. Then you would need to go to Corel Draw or any of those sort of different types of software. So we center this. Can you see the screen for my phone that showing where we're going to engrave?
No, we've lost it.
Okay.
Hang on. Yeah, we've got it there. So I'll just bring that up now.
You got it there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're on to... Have you finished explaining about the software, Rene?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah, so I'll just unshare your screen. so we can see. Do you want to point out the brass plate for people to look at?
Yep. So, hold on. It's a bit small. So on here, you can see the little square. It tells you where it's going to engrave.
Yeah, we've got the red laser light.
Yep. So that was a bit small before, but I've just increased the size a little bit. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just going to stop that. I'm just going to stir it again. Okay, now we're going to do an engrave. So we'll see how we go. You see that?
There you go, got it. That took about 1.5 seconds.
Well, if you had a longer name, it might take a bit longer. Yeah.
Now, Rene, we've got a question from Suzanne who's asked, how long did it take you to learn the software, I suppose, to get to a reasonable standard?
It's actually the software, it is fairly simple to use. I wouldn't say, look, the more you do with it, the easier it becomes. I've had customers that have purchased the machine and within about a week or 10 days, pretty much engraving everything they need to engrave.
Yeah.
And it's like anything, the better you get at it, the more you want to do with it, you know? So, and there's plenty of videos on EasyCAD software on the internet. You can actually download it for free, play around with it if you want. But as you saw, it didn't take me very long just to do a name engraving. I'll just do something else now. We'll do, what do we do now? A logo?
That'd be great.
Okay, so let me download the logo from my desktop. Now, this logo is a vector file.
Yep.
It is pretty large. As you can see, can you see my screen there?
We can, yep.
Okay, so as you can see, that little plate in the middle, actually the plate that's on the thing. So this is way bigger than what we need. So if this is here, if this is locked, I go here and make it 30 mil. It automatically sets the parameter so it doesn't distort the image.
Yep, gotcha.
Now, this logo, say, I'm going to see if I can hatch it. There it is, hatched. I'm going to align it. It's under there. Ready to go?
Just hang on a sec. I'll just stop sharing your screen so we can see it. Okay. Yeah, the beauty of this, Rene, there's no sound.
No, that plate is not, even though it's on the XY clamp, it's not held down by anything. There's no moving parts in it. It's only the laser and beam heating the item. So therefore, there's no movement in it. So that's done.
Let's have a look at that. Can you find a better angle?
How's that? Can you see that?
Yeah, just keep changing it, just so you get a plain background on it. Yeah, that's good there. Yeah. Excellent. And of course, these can be cut out if they needed to be as well.
Of course, yeah. The cutout, it depends on the machine that you've got. So to do a normal cutout takes about 20 odd minutes. I've just done a cutout before we started of a name. That's just coming off now. Whoa. So.
Okay.
I've also done a longer name in a different type of lettering.
Just turn it around so we can read it.
Sorry, I can read it.
Fernando.
Yep. So to do that, I'll do another demo with that one. So we go. Now, here's where it gets a little bit more complicated to learn how to use the software. Okay, so we'll do Karen. Lettering. Can you see my screen, Peter?
Yep. So we need to choose a font.
That's right.
What are the other parameters we're looking at? Size?
Size, we want to go at least 30 mil. We center it.
And then what else does the engraver need to know?
Engraver, these letters, if we cut them out, it'll be each letter individual. You want to have them all stuck together.
Yeah.
So what we've got to do is, first, we need to combine it all together. So we weld all the letters together.
Okay.
Now we need to separate them. So we uncombine. So now each of these letters is an individual letter.
Okay.
So we move this one a bit closer. We move this one a bit closer here. We move this one a bit closer there. So we've got them all touching.
Oop.
If we need to work out exactly how, make sure they're all nice and straight, we can actually bring this line down.
Yeah.
So as we can see there, I'm not very straight.
So if any of our viewers have any questions, please fire away. Just put your comment on the Facebook Live chat.
Now I'm just going to be trimming here the little bits of where they're touching.
You could have been a hairdresser, Rene. Now that E, I think, is a bit askew.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so we can fix that up. When you separate all the letters, it separates the center bit as well.
Yeah.
So you need to square all that up again. So no.
Good.
So if you make a mistake, not a big deal, just go back.
So thanks for joining us, Fliss. The software she's asked Rene, that's called EasyCAD,
EasyCAD software.
EasyCAD. So this software comes with the machine, but it's a free software online, is it?
It's actually a free software. The only difference is if you haven't got the machine plugged into it, it'll do exactly the same as what you've got there, the free software, but you won't be able to save anything.
Yeah.
So whereas here I can save this, what I've just done here, I can save it. If you have a machine plugged into it, you won't be able to save it.
Right.
So if you wanted to add the little jump rings to it, well, made a mess of that.
So you're just trying to do an O to go inside the middle of the other one, is that right?
Yeah. Once you've done all that, again, you would have to cut out these little bits in between here. Once you've done the whole thing, there's our whole item, and we combine it back in. So now it's all one. And from here, we can actually modify the size or do whatever we want with it. So you can make it bigger if you feel it's not too big, not big enough. Stir it, red line it. Can't see there, but that's about right. It's a bit small, but just to give you an example.
So when you did that red line thing, what were you doing there?
Red line, so I can see how big it's going to be on the plate. So you can see how big it is and exactly where it's going to be engraving on the plate.
Oh, I see.
So I'll just do that again. So say if that's too high or low, I can move my plate, make sure it's where I want it.
Could you just explain, you've got the plate set up on a bracket there, Rene?
Yes, but it's just sitting on the bracket so that...
Okay.
Now this, when you're doing engraving, cutout, I've preset a cutout here. So as you can see with the screen, it's gone, letters have gone green. Can you see how it's gone green?
Yep.
That is because this is my settings here. So I've got it, I'm using 100% power, 20% frequency, and there's also like a wobble so that the laser will be wobbling as it's cutting. It gives you more penetration.
Okay.
And this is on full power now, so you'll see sparks here.
Right, so I'll just unshare here.
And that will take about 20 minutes to do, depending on how long the letter is, how big it is, and all those sort of things. It'll determine how long it will take. And how thick the plate is. This plate is it's brass, and yeah, to do a cutout, that Kim cutout took me about 20 minutes.
So this has started the process of engraving that and cutting it out. Is that what's happening now?
That's right, yeah. No, it's not engraving. This is a cutout.
Right.
The power settings that I've set on that is just cutout.
Okay.
So it'll do each individually.
Now, could you just explain, there's different wattage of machines, is that right?
There's two different in the nano range. There's the 20 watt and the 30 watt. The one I'm demonstrating at the moment is a 20 watt.
The reason you get one over the other, the 30 watt will do things a little bit quicker than the 20 watt. Is that right?
Yes, if you're going to be doing a lot of cutout, I would recommend that you get the 30 watt. If it's just going to be used for engraving and all that, no, this one does do cutouts, but of course, not having as much power as the 30 watt, you're stressing it a little bit more so than a 30 watt. So this one would take 20 minutes to do a name cutout, and that's the 20. If you had the 30 watt, it might take 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the difference. So yes, they do. They both do the same process, or they can do the same things, but obviously the more powerful one will do much better, and it'll do it much quicker. Can I just stop this and I'll show you something else?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because this will take about 20 minutes. It'll run and it'll be pretty much the same as what you're seeing now.
No problem. So Rene, could we go to, there's a website of one of our customers that's got a few examples of stuff that they've done, the one at Byron Bay?
Oh, yes. Sue the Boy, it's called.
Yeah. Would you like to go to that website? Just share your screen and go to that website.
Okay, hold on.
Can you do that?
Let me see if I can do that. Okay, I'll just stop that now. This fellow bought the machine.
Just tell us when you're on that page because we're not seeing it yet, that's all.
Okay. Fellow bought the spring this about 6 months ago.
Have you got the page yet?
It's opening.
So you just need to, once it's open, just stop sharing and then share again so that you can pick the right page to go to.
Okay. Can you see there?
No. So if you can just share your screen again and choose that page, that'd be great. There we go. So this gentleman has a laser engraver and he uses it in his production of his jewellery, correct?
That's right. All of this is done on the machine. So all the colouring, the engraving and everything in there is all done by the machine.
Mm. So it would allow him to do individual designs very quickly.
Yes, so he can do different designs every day if he wants.
And you wouldn't need to necessarily stock them. He could just print to order. If someone orders one, he engraves it.
You can put a name on it. You can do whatever you want with it. There's so many things that you can do with it. For jewelry shops, you know, a lot of them, they'd rather engrave their logo inside the engagement rings or anything what they're selling, because when you stamp it, you tend to damage the ring. With this thing, there's nothing hitting it, so it's just a laser cutting it out. So it's very gentle on the jewelry.
Indeed. Oh, thanks for sharing that, Rene.
I just want to show you how to do a picture.
No worries. I'll just stop that sharing, and then if you want to share again, but this time select your EasyCAD software.
Okay. Okay, are we there?
We are now, yes.
Okay.
So I just got another question from Fliss. She said, is it done after the ring is made?
Yes, you can actually do it after you've polished it and absolutely finished your jewelry, and then go into the engraving part of it. So it can be your final process.
Indeed.
Now here, we're just going to take a vector file. Now, this file has already been vectorized. So again, I choose the size, so 30, and it automatically
so just to explain, any photo can be engraved, but you just have to put it through some software to get it to what the stage that you've got it now. So it's vectorized, as you say.
Mm-hmm.
So
here's where you need another software, because this program will not vectorize a file. So you can actually take company logos or anything from a website. Say if you have a customer, he's got a website, he's got his company logo in there. You can actually bring that logo over to your desktop, use maybe CorelDRAW or one of those programs, vectorize it, so it converts it into a file. You saw when I first opened this file, it was huge. I had to reduce it. So it becomes a lot more high resolution, which the laser can it's much easier for it to be able to engrave it.
Yeah.
So here again, we redline so we see where our picture's going to be. I'll just do it on. Actually, you can see there, this is the Kim that, or what was the word? That engraving that we're doing. You can see how it's already been cut out there and it's gone through to the other side.
That was Karen, was it?
Oh, Karen, yeah. Can you see that? That's
It's
the
just
other side of it. So it's
already
gone through. Yeah. Anyway, I'll just do another engraving of this. So you redline it so you know where it's going to go. You make sure it's all centered. And then after that, you just mark it. And there you can see how it's going. Can you see that?
Yeah, we're just seeing it now. Yep. So how long will it take for us to see Al Pacino there?
Not long. Nearly done. It's halfway done now.
Okay. So really the opportunities for this machine are limited only by your imagination, Rene.
Pretty much. Very much so. Because the more you do with it, the more you want to do with it.
Yeah.
So this is programmed with 2 parts. Again, depending on how big the photograph is and what sort of resolution as to how long it will take. You can get creative, you can put a frame around it.
Just a couple of questions about safety, Rene. So safety glasses, how safe is the laser to work around?
Not a problem. The only, you shouldn't have it like the way I'm demonstrating it at the moment. So do as I say, not as I do. You're not supposed to be looking at the laser. It's the same as what you do when, say, if someone's welding, you're not supposed to be looking directly into it. Cover on it, that's already done that. Can you see that?
Just change it so we've got a plain background behind Al. If you can just tilt it to the left or right, it might be better. That's it. Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so the cover on the machine, which you can see there, which comes down.
Oh, so that provides you your eye protection. Is that right?
Provides the protection. I believe the machines now come with per glasses. So if you don't want to cover down, you can also buy an attachment which is like a vacuum cleaner, which sucks up any, because the laser, it tends to pulverize things when so you probably don't want to be breathing that all day. But with all the engraving I've done here, there's no Lemel or anything on the machine. So there's no real, it's just that you pulverizes things and you're in an area, we'll need a vacuum for it. But other than that, there's no real danger of anything. It's very safe. It's a lot safer than anything else that you would want to do. It's probably safer than crossing the street.
Could we just explain about the different brackets, Rene? So you've got what they call an XY bracket there at the moment. You've got the plate on, and that allows you to print.
XY clamp. So this is the XY clamp, and I'm just going to zoom out a bit. So this is the XY clamp, and you can secure things here. You can change the angle of this. So if you want to hold a pen or something like that, can do. This just pops out. I don't want to force it now, but it just clips out, and you can actually put the rotating ring clamp on there. The ring clamp will hold a ring. This is probably for another video, but the ring clamp will hold on the inside or the outside of that will hold it on the inside. Or if you, if you want to hold the outside, it'll hold it on the outside. And you can change the angle of it. 90-degree angle if you're going to engrave it on the outside of it. If you're going to engrave on the inside, you put it at 15 degrees or 18 degree, and the laser will engrave inside the unit. That is plugged into the back of it, and that rotates as you want to engrave. So it does that automatically. So it's only a matter of telling it that you're going to be engraving on the inside of the ring or the outside of the ring.
Okay, well, we certainly look forward to you demonstrating that in a future video, Rene.
Not a problem.
And then the XY bracket, if you're engraving a pen or a letter opener or something like that.
Look, a knife, a pen, a plate, anything like that, you just hold it. You don't really need to clamp it down because, like I said, it's not hammering or moving anything. It's just engraving with a laser. So there's no movement of the main thing why you would want to, secure it a little bit would be because in case you move the table, not so that's going to move on its own. It's more so just to prevent if you're moving a table or someone knocks the machine.
But if you're printing a number of objects and you're printing them all in the same place, you can set up your template. Then it's just a matter of taking the pen out.
Exactly right. Yeah, yes, that would be much easier to do that way. Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much it. It's very simple to use. I hope I've demonstrated that.
Well, it certainly gets a result very quickly, and it's a result that you can trust. Yeah. So I'll just come back to us, Rene. Here we are. Okay. And I'd like to thank you for your demonstration this morning, a bit of an introduction to laser engraving. So hopefully that'll get people thinking about opportunities for their business. And if anything comes up, just get in touch with AJS.
Not a problem.
But we'll have another demonstration, shall we, just demonstrating more capabilities of the XY clamp. And also I think people would be very interested to see the ring clamp in action. So, yeah. Okay,
forward to showing the ring clamp. The ring clamp is really cool and it's very simple to use.
No worries. Now, I will just got comments here from Fliss, who said it's very interesting. Thank you, Fliss. Rob has asked, what is the millimeters of the engraving? So,
how small can you go?
Yeah, if you could give us an idea there, Rene.
You actually solder, or you can actually engrave on a jump ring. That's how small it can go. You would need a magnifying glass to see what you've just engraved. And the size, that's about 100 mil plate. So, about 100 mil. would be the biggest that you can go.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's Rob was definitely after that, the size. So that's great. Thank you for the question, Rob. And like you could even use it for your quality markings that you put on the inside of your rings, couldn't you?
Yes, definitely. Very simple. Like next time when I do the next demo, I'll show you to engrave on the inside of the ring, mate. That is really quick as well.
Yeah, and precise. And you're not going to damage your ring.
No,
okay.
No, that's the beauty of it. Yeah.
So if there are any other questions, please just fire them at us now, and otherwise we'll call it a wrap. I'll just wait to see if anyone else comes through. So yeah, thank you very much then, Rene, for your expertise and displaying that for us this morning. Rob's got a quick question. Can the laser work with all metals?
Look, I've got a guy who's a knife maker, and he does motifs on the actual knives, like those hunting knives, and they've got hunting motifs. Yeah. And he engraves on very, very hard stainless steel. Steel, brass, gold, platinum, palladium, silver, anything, yeah, not a problem. Where you might have a bit of problem, they say you can't engrave on plastic. And I've one fellow, we sold him a machine. Within a week, he sent me a text with a picture of he was engraving on a phone case, a plastic phone case. So he slowed the speed of the engraving. He slowed down the speed, and he slowed down the power on the thing down to 10. Thing was engraving on plastic. Glass, I don't think they recommend that you engrave on glass. It can damage a little bit of the laser because you get too much reflectivity coming back at it. I have seen people on the web though that they've covered it with some tape, so you don't get any reflectivity, and engraved on glass as well. I've tried, I haven't been very successful with it, but I've played a lot with it. I'm sure if you play around with it a little bit more, you can do engraving of names and things and logos and what have you on glass as well. But like I said, from what I know, I don't recommend you engraving on glass, but any metal, not. I've got a guy in Adelaide who bought a machine about 3 weeks ago, and he's engraving on these Yeti flasks. The coffee cups. Oh, okay. Engraving on those, and they look fantastic. Yeah, he's doing a very good job on it. So yeah, companies, they want to give them out as presents. They want to engrave company logos on them. So actually holding them with the ring clamp, so it engraves it all the way around. And yeah, he's doing quite a good job with it.
No worries. Okay, Rene, well, we'll call it quits there, and we'll look forward to seeing you and your laser engraver very soon.
Not a problem. Thank you, Peter.
Thanks, Rene.